Okay, think about your morning coffee for a second. Seems simple, right? Just a warm cup to get the day going. But what if I told you that Simple Cup is tangled up in a global market that's, well, currently in an absolute whirlwind? Today, we're doing a deep dive. We're unpacking these really dramatic shifts happening right now in the global coffee market. We'll focus particularly on some new U.S. tariffs and, the ripple effects they're causing. We've got insights from market reports, some exclusive interviews, too, to really get into it.
Right. And our mission today really is to look beyond just the headline price changes. We want to understand what's happening, yes, but more importantly, why it's happening and what does it all mean for supply chains, international relations, and yeah, maybe even for that next cup you brew.
Okay, let's jump right in. The immediate trigger, it seems, is the U.S. officially hitting Brazilian coffee with, a massive 50% tariff. That kicks in August 6, 2025. And what really jumps out is that coffee wasn't exempted, which is surprising, and apparently it's the highest tariff under this administration. How unusual is that for something like coffee? What kind of signal does that send?
That's a really key point. It's pretty striking. And what we saw was the market immediately just froze. Global coffee prices, both London Robusta and New York Arabica, they took a significant hit. London Robusta for September, down 0.53%. New York Arabica for September fell 1.77%. Now, those percentages might sound small, but in commodity trading, that's huge. We're talking millions.
Right, it reflects immediate fear, doesn't it?
Exactly. And we heard from one merchant who basically said, look, the tariff is too high and no one is sure if policy will change tomorrow. So for now, no one dares to export. And that quote really tells you something. It's not just the money, it's the uncertainty. It just paralyzes trade. Everyone's waiting.
So the global market freezes up. But what about on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
For producers, like in Vietnam, for instance, we're already seeing a bit of a dip, right? The average national price is down slightly to 100,500 dong per kilo.
Yeah, small dip there. And that connects to Brazil's next move, which is fascinating. More than 200 Brazilian coffee businesses by late July had already started shifting focus towards China. Think about that.
Wow, that fast.
Very fast. Consider this. In June, Brazil shipped over 440,000 bags to the U.S. To China, only about 56,000. That massive gap, people expected to close and close quickly. It's a fundamental shift in trade flows.
Okay, but then you look at Vietnam. Amidst all this chaos, they seem to be doing really well. Their export figures for the first 7 months of 2025, pretty impressive. 1.05 million tons, bringing in $6 billion. Now, that's a 6.9% increase in volume, which is good, but a 64.9% jump in value compared to last year. What does that huge value increase tell us?
That 65% jump, roughly, yeah. It suggests Vietnam isn't just selling more, they're getting paid more. Maybe it's better quality, maybe smarter market plays. It sets them apart a bit. Now, stepping back to global supply, the International Coffee Organization, the ICO, their data for June 2025 shows global exports actually up 7.3%, about 11.7 million bags total. And Robusta specifically saw a big jump up almost 17%.
So more supply overall than maybe feared.
In some ways, yes, but there's a catch. Brazilian farmers are reportedly holding back sales right now, so that could create some, short-term tightness in certain parts of the market, despite the overall export number.
Right, okay. And the ICO's own price index, the one that averages everything out globally, that took a sharp dive in July, down 12.1% from June, sitting at about 239 cents a pound.
Yeah.
And Robusta saw the biggest drop there, didn't it? Down nearly 15%. What does a drop like that signal globally?
A drop of that size, over 12%, it signals a major rethink of coffee's value right now, given all the volatility. It could mean, maybe, a bit of a buyer's market short term, even with those regional supply issues we mentioned. And this really brings us back to the geopolitics, doesn't it? It's high stakes, the U.S.-Brazil situation. It doesn't look like it's cooling down anytime soon. We saw that Reuters interview with Brazilian President Lula. His stance was pretty firm.
Yeah, what did he say exactly?
He said something like, "The day my intuition tells me that Trump is ready to negotiate, I will call immediately, but not today." And he added, "And I will not humble myself." So Brazil's not hitting back right away, but they're definitely not, well, begging for talks either. It's unpredictable.
So if this U.S.-Brazil thing drags on, what are the implications for the actual coffee supply chain? Does the U.S. just start looking elsewhere? Central America, Africa? Maybe more from Vietnam, especially for that high-quality Arabica.
That seems likely, yeah. Which presents huge opportunities, obviously, but also massive challenges. Shifting supply chains on that scale, it needs huge logistical changes, new deals. Countries like Vietnam would need to adapt really fast to capture that opportunity effectively.
And it's not just the U.S.-Brazil issue, is it? There's this whole other layer.
Exactly. You've got this new chessboard in Asia, China's market opening up more. Plus, the EU is bringing in tighter anti-deforestation laws. That affects everyone. Those laws demand higher sustainability standards, pushing countries like Vietnam and Brazil to change how they produce and trade coffee just to stay in the game. It's all interconnected.
So we've covered a lot here. Tariffs, market freezes, shifting trade roads, geopolitics. Bringing it back to you listening. Whether you're deep in the coffee trade, just follow global economics, or simply enjoy your coffee. What's the big takeaway?
For me, it's just how deeply tied together global trade and politics really are. One move can change so much. Absolutely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with, given all this volatility we've discussed, the tariffs, the presidential stances, the market shifts. Consider this. How might these complex international dynamics reshape not just the coffee you drink, but the entire global supply chain, maybe in ways we don't even expect yet? And maybe ask, what's the next commodity that might find itself caught in this kind of geopolitical crossfire? Something to think about.